So what do you think he's thinking? Because a lot of other big business minds that owned large percentages of the corporations they founded, cough, cough, Bill Gates.
Well, in terms of
he only owned, I think at his peak, he owned 28. I mean, don't quote me, folks. Percent
in terms
of
of
Microsoft.
in terms of Plank's actual ownership, I think it comes around 15, 16%. But there's the voting rights. He has very concentrated,
enormously large control. Yeah, it's just Bill Gates had been selling his stake in Microsoft. He stepped down from a full-time role in I think 2008 or 7 or something. But he'd been selling millions of shares every quarter for 10 years before that, and he didn't seem to worry about the stuff.
There's even stipulations here in terms of Plank's selling of his holdings. There's basically these amounts, these set thresholds, where, for example, if he were to sell about 2.5 million Class A or C shares in a single year, then all those Class B shares convert automatically to Class A. So basically,
he's trapped, even though.
So it kind of controls how much he can sell per year, and that kind of keeps him tied. Obviously.
Do you think, basically to the heart of my question, do you think he's being OCD about having voting control? Like, does he not trust? You know what I mean?
I think on the one hand, a lot of the controversy came about from the fact that the company announced it and basically characterized it as a straight 2-for-1 stock split like it's done previously, but that's obviously not the case.
Right.
These Class C shares have less value without those voting rights.
Right.
And obviously that led to the lawsuit and the settlement that they've come to, or this agreement that they've come to. But I can understand. I haven't started a company like this, and
right.
On the one hand, if you're a shareholder and you're looking at this situation, the split ultimately doesn't really change your thesis on the stock.
Yeah. So moving on, what does this mean if I'm a shareholder right now?
Yeah. So Class C shareholders, eventually the Class C shareholders, they should be cognizant of the fact that the company has made its intentions clear that with stock-based compensation, equity issued in M&A transactions or in partnership deals, that's going to come from the Class C.
Okay.
So there's that basic potential for dilution is going to be there. And otherwise, if you're a long-term Under investor, you already generally agree with how Plank's been running the business. Like, keep in mind, this is a company where its revenue, its top-line growth has been unbelievable. It quadrupled from about $1 billion to $4 billion over the past 5 years. Unbelievable growth. The management, the brand power. Overall, if you're buying into a company that's trading at 64 times its expected 2016 earnings, and that's after the stock has fallen 20% from its highs last year, like, you basically buy into the vision that Plank's had, this steady expansion. Like, he's guided the company with a pretty steady hand.
Mm-hmm.
And the split does little to change that story. Whether or not you agree with the way that he's going about the stock split in order to maintain his control of the voting rights, and wanting that ability to sell some of his shares without eroding those rights, that is on you. But in terms of the actual investing thesis, I don't think it changes the story at all. Otherwise, it just kind of closes out the chapter. And so for the details here, so the Class C stock will, I think, start trading this week, and they'll actually be the official shares will be issued on April 7th to shareholders on record as of March 28th, and like I mentioned, they'll trade under UA.C.